你好，我叫 Robert， 我是中美中心的校友。I want to take you to Xin, a hole-in-the-wall restaurant just down the street from the Hopkins Nanjing Center, which just happens to have the best jiaozi in all of Nanjing.
饺子吧，东北水饺，我们是来自东北哈尔滨的，哈尔滨号称饺子之乡嘛，东北人都吃饺子，是不是？阿信饺子真棒啊哦，说啊哦。
You have the option of studying at a number of institutions around the world, with strong Chinese studies and international relations programs. But just as nothing is as genuine as eating jiaozi in a back alley restaurant in China. Nothing compares to getting real China experience as you do coursework in economics, law, politics, and China studies. The Hopkins Nanjing Center is where you come to study China in China. After 5,000 years of witnessing dynasties rise, fall, then rise again, the Chinese have come to view history as cyclical. While the rise of modern China is seen in the West as a new phenomenon, many Chinese feel their country is merely restoring its role as a center of power and culture. What is new is the role China is playing in a connected world. There has never been a time when China experience has been more important or valuable. Located in the Yangtze River Delta, Nanjing is both a focal point in Chinese history as well as a thriving modern metropolis. The Nanjing that was the capital of 6 dynasties and of the Republic of China is still visible today. Modern Nanjing, however, boasts a population of over 6 million and is a booming commercial center. Nanjing is the perfect city to see the old China clashing with the new, a fitting home for the Hopkins Nanjing Center. The Hopkins Nanjing Center is the only program where international students and Chinese students live and study together in the same community. The center offers a 1-year graduate certificate program and a 2-year master's degree. Master's students finish with a degree awarded by both Nanjing University and the Johns Hopkins University School of Advanced International Studies in Washington. The Hopkins Nanjing Center has the best facilities of any academic institution in China, including an uncensored library featuring over 85,000 volumes and 400 periodicals in English and Chinese. The state-of-the-art facilities and high-quality education make the Hopkins Nanjing Center the best choice for China-focused graduate education.
The integration of China into the world economy has certainly brought changes. The U.S. has felt major impact, and industries across the U.S. have had to adjust very, very rapidly to this growth in trade with China.
特别是在90年代以后，发展的速度应该是绝大多数人所没有想到的。从这个总量上来看，那么中国现在它的综合的经济国力呢，在世界上已经排在前几位。那么人均的数字呢，当然会低一点，因为中国的人口比较多。
我们叫在社会分层上面的一个新的变化，有的群体，那么在改革开放的过程中间变得非常富裕，那么有的群体呢，没有能够充分的享受改革开放的成果，在90年代后期，发现变得越来越严重。
Professor Liu and I have collaborated on this course in which we try to identify some of the key issues that face both the Chinese economy and the U.S. economy.
我们在过去将近30年的发展中间，有相当长的时间我们只注意经济发展。至于经济发展对环境有什么样的影响，我们一开始没有顾及到，因为我们过去对环境太不注意，留下的影响太大，所以这个一下子还很难见效。
Despite the benefits that I believe integration of China into the global economy will bring, at the same time it will bring a lot of challenges, and that's why it's important for both sides, students of the Chinese economy as well as students of the American economy, to understand this important relationship.
In other programs that I've been to in Beijing, you feel very isolated from the rest of the Chinese student population. In this program, you and the Chinese students are part of the same program, where you're learning together, where you're not just in an academic setting, but also in sort of like a cultural setting as well.
中心的设备各方面都非常的好，尤其是宿舍，同学们住在那里都非常的舒服，教室的设备也很先进，在那里学习是一种享受。尤其值得一提的是中心的图书馆，它有收藏了许多关于中美关系、中国研究方面的一些图书和杂志。
I always wanted to continue using my Chinese. I wasn't quite ready to decide what I wanted to do as a career. So I wanted to continue to study new areas such as international law.
Because as you know, China and US is major power in the world now. So as I'm from a small country in Southeast Asia, right? So it's important for us to know what's going on between these two nations. So that's why I chose this center.
When you first get here, I think there's a really big learning curve because you don't really know anything and you've only taken Chinese like as a second language, and now you have to take it in all your classes. So when you come up with a lot of readings, you feel like, oh, I don't know how to handle it. But I think the good thing about the center is that you could definitely learn how to study so that you can get everything done on time. Even though it's hard, you might not understand every single vocabulary, but you're able to do it and it feels really rewarding.
One of the strengths of the center is that it made me completely comfortable to do research with primary sources in Chinese. Before going to the center, I was a little intimidated by Chinese resources and also didn't realize how much there is out there. And I think that will give me a real edge compared to the number of other people who will be interested in China at law school.
Another thing that surprised me has also to do with with the strength of the student and faculty community here. We've only been here for 2 semesters, but very quickly, I think because it's so small, and we came here for different but I think equally intense reasons, we've developed very much like almost like a family relationship.
I came to China last year in Shanghai. I was in Shanghai and studied Chinese, but I didn't have any Chinese friends because, I just hung out with like expats. But coming here is providing me a great chance to know Chinese people, have Chinese friends, and especially to stay with them in my dorm.
其中有一个非常有意义的项目，就是去帮助这个 migrant school， 就是这个民工子弟学校，到那个地方去给他们上课，教他们英语。同时呢，也帮助这些老师提高他们这个教英语的这些技巧。同时呢，我们也和孩子们一起玩，通过这个开展很多有意思的一些活动。
My roommate was a paralegal before, and I came here to do law studies. So any question I asked, or any question I had, I could just ask him directly, and he knew so much, and he's been like actually the best part of this center for me.
I think there's a wide variety of things to do here at the center. With the new facilities that they have here, we have this new gym. Beside us, we have the basketball court. We have the old auditorium. Behind us, we have the recreation room. In the recreation room, we have the ping pong table, the pool table, piano room, a music room. So there's a wide variety of things to do here.
We have had several different events where we try and have cultural exchanges. During the fall, we had our big events were Christmas and Halloween, of course. We also have very many different happy hours where people come together and talk with each other and spend time together and learn about each other.
When I go into business later on in the future, I think I'll have a really good understanding of Chinese consumer behavior, or just the way that Chinese deal with each other on a day-to-day basis, and I think that that's the most rewarding part of the center.
Upon graduation from the center, I have a job in a public relations company, so I'm going to move to Shanghai and stay there for about, a minimum of a year.
I'm going to be working for the Social Science Research Council in New York City on their China Environment and Health Initiative.
If you want to work in China, the connection, the network that you develop while you're at the Hopkins and Nanjing Center is unbeatable.
we have alumni working different kind of area, like government organization, NGO, consulting firm, law firm, or kind of organization. You know, because we have a very strong like alumni network in Beijing, in Shanghai, in other area around the world. When they learn that you are Hopkins Nanjing Center alumni, we turn to be like look at you as a family. We like to introduce you to other people.
In terms of finding a career or starting a career, in my case in China, I think the alumni network is very helpful. There are fabulous networks in Beijing and Shanghai. I think that older alumni tend to seek out younger alumni because they trust that the Hopkins Nanjing Center has consistently produced young alums who have very good Chinese, or vice versa, if you're a Chinese alumni, having very good English. And they also have these cross-cultural skills that a lot of people don't have.
In the US, the alumni network is very strong. There are Hopkins alums throughout the US in major cities such as New York, San Francisco, Chicago. I'm going to be in New York myself. I know a recent Michigan graduate in Chicago. I know someone in McKinsey in San Francisco, and they've all been very welcoming every time I've tried to contact them, giving me career advice and pointing me in directions I might not have thought about if it weren't for them.
After graduation, I worked in Shanghai for New York Times, and then after that, internship. After that internship, I worked for Habitat for Humanity International in China.
I work as a researcher at HSBC in Hong Kong.
I've gone back, got a doctorate in Chinese history, and I teach in the University of North Carolina, Queensboro.
I live and work in Hong Kong. I work for Canon doing sales.
Yeah, there's a vibrant SAIS community in Hong Kong, SAIS and Hopkins Nanjing community in Hong Kong. And we get together every now and then. Yeah, we get a lot of people from across different generations coming to meet together.
I would say for me, the biggest value of the center is to be able to tap into that alumni network, not just the year after you graduate, but like forever in your lifetime. You'll always be able to tap into that network and have good friends, have good relationships, or potentially have great jobs.
There is an ancient Chinese proverb, 我生有涯, 而学海无涯. A lifetime is limited, but learning is limitless. Study China in China. Make the Hopkins Nanjing Center the next step on your learning path.